Hey, this one I'm calling the shoulder balance and reach. So what I mean by balancing the shoulder, we're balancing a ball to start, and then I have some progressions on our palm. From there, I'm going to reach forward and rotate as I go up a bit. I don't have to go up too high because then the ball will roll off, but I can get maybe a 45-degree angle upward, and I'm getting a little rotation of my torso. And so what hoping to feel here is as you come up, this ball is not going to let you shrug up or out with the elbow or the shoulder. So if my elbow comes like that, the ball immediately is going to let me know that it's going to come off my hand. It's hard to rotate too far the other way, but you'll know if you're doing that too. But the most common pattern I see with pain with reaching, particularly in the shoulder, is that we come into this internal rotation moment, and that can sometimes cause some discomfort, because particularly if we're doing it quick, or if we're doing it repetitively or heavy, or if things are really sensitive. And so this drill can help to reestablish a reaching pattern where I'm kind of forcing a little bit more external rotation, which I have a ton of videos on. The other thing is I'm getting a bit of torso movement, and that encourages shoulder blade movement. So as my arm goes to move, the arm is connected to the shoulder blade. And so if I don't move the shoulder blade, not only can I not reach very far, but it changes the mechanics. It's not as fluid, but I don't have the same muscles engaged. And most people, if they were, I find that we lose fluid movement as we become painful. But if you watch somebody who's kind of moving really fluidly and looking really smooth, or even in some dance, what do we see? We see this torso rotation as the arm comes forward and up. We don't stay rigid through there. And the process of pain, stress, just being alive in the 21st century, I find makes us pretty rigid. And so we want to let some of that go, and then use it to develop some of this reaching and rotation. It's almost like you're offering something to somebody in front of you. So that's with a ball. Some progressions, a roller. Now that's a touch heavier, but it's tippier. And so it still gives me some feedback, but I'm now challenging it just a little bit more, a little bit differently, and I have a nice visual cue if I start to rotate elbow out. And then we can progress to some load. So this is a light dumbbell. I'm gonna do the same thing. I kind of gotta get my thumb together usually, because I still want this to be able to wobble a bit. If it's too stable, so dumbbell's not perfect because I can hook that on my thumb, but you kind of get the idea. Is I can come there. If you really want to challenge, let's see how we can balance that. And that's pretty wobbly as I reach through, but rehab can be fun sometimes too as I reach through, and then I can reset. So that's pretty tough, especially with a small dumbbell. You could also work with something like a full Nalgene bottle. This one's mostly empty, but that will start to roll on me, and you can change the orientation, and so you can get a can of beans or something, so you can play around. We usually don't need much weight with this. Usually as people progress, 3 to 5 pounds is enough, and this isn't like a long-term strength and conditioning exercise. Usually what we're just trying to do is reestablish this rotation, this reaching, this fluid motion, and get the brain not just internally rotating to try to find stability by hanging on the ligamentous tissue, or by just kind of shrugging the shoulder up due to some kind of tension or rigidity. We're trying to get this more externally rotated pattern. So give that a shot. We should feel hopefully a little bit of work through here, maybe a bit through the top, but not up in the base of the neck, and of course not painful. If you're going through a shoulder injury, check with your healthcare provider or find a good physio. But this one can sometimes be helpful in getting the serratus, the rotator cuff, but more importantly, some of these motion patterns back to feeling a little bit better.